y'all. Welcome to Sip Asians. It's your girl, Jenny J.
And I'm Lady K. And today we're going to talk about letting it burn. Basically, knowing when to walk away from an unhealthy relationship.
Okay, and with every topic, we have a drink. And today's drink is called Up in Flames, which is some Fireball cinnamon whiskey, some sweet tea, and some fresh lemon juice. With a cute little pineapple cherry garnish. I made it, y'all. It's real good. Yeah, so go run and get you one, come back, and let's talk about letting it burn.
Well, have you ever been in a relationship that you had to walk away from and let it burn, girl?
Yes.
So give us the tea, because we want to know.
Okay. Well, we was together for a long time. And, we was trying to stick it out and make it work, but it just didn't. We didn't communicate well, I would say, or understand each other's communication.
Mm.
Like, he was saying I wasn't getting where he was coming from. He wasn't getting where I was coming from. And so, actually, I walked away a few times within our relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And that was because I felt like I wasn't what he wanted.
Right.
So, I feel like me just going away for a little bit would have him recollect his stuff and get his thoughts together and figure out if I'm what he wanted.
Mm-hmm.
But he would tell me, like, you left me. You left me when I was down, this and the other. But that's not what my whole thing was. I thought I was doing him a favor by, giving him some space, giving him some time, and maybe go to where he thought he wanted to be, because I felt like he wasn't trying to be with me.
So you said you walked away a few times.
Mm-hmm.
What was the final straw that broke the camel's back, like as they say? Like, what was the final thing that made you say, this is it? When I walk away this time, there's no turning back. It's burnt up. It's gone.
Well, he cheated. But it wasn't the cheating.
Okay.
It wasn't the cheating. I actually caught him in the act. It was so funny. Like, it just fell into my lap.
Mm-hmm.
God is a crazy person. He will let you see what he wants you to see. So that night, story time, let me get comfortable. So that night, I was at the laundromat washing him all his work clothes, I don't just wash and leave. I wash, fold, sort them out. And I was walking to the car, putting everything in the car, my car, and his car pulled up. I was like, hold up. So I, circled back, pulled up at the gas pump, at the gas station. And a girl gets out. It's like, So I'm looking. He see me. I see him seeing me. So.
Okay.
So I followed them to the destination that they ended up at, and I got out. I approached him like, "What you doing?
Mm-hmm.
What you doing?" And the girl was in the car. So he get to pulling on me and yanking at me. That's what got me.
That was it.
You disrespecting me in front of somebody. That's what it was.
Yeah, it was crazy. I had to calm her down.
It wasn't that he cheated. It wasn't another girl. We could get past that. We had before already.
Right.
It was how you treated me in front of all these strangers that shouldn't even matter. When I've been here for all these years or whatever, and I just felt like I was a thorn on the street somewhere. So
crazy.
That's when I had to walk away.
Right? That is definitely a reason to walk away. Cheating is a reason to walk away. Disrespect is definitely a reason to let that burn, especially if it's an ongoing situation and it seems like you constantly getting disrespected and getting cheated on.
Right.
And so I would say let it burn.
Mm-hmm.
That was crazy. I remember that. But for me, it was the opposite for me. I got walked away from.
Okay.
So I was on the other end,
Yeah.
So, I didn't understand it then, but now I've grown a little bit. I can understand why he had to walk away. He was unhappy. At the time, I didn't understand because we had been together for so long, and we had built so much together, and we had made future plans. So to me, you telling me we gotta separate, we need to go our separate ways, and I'm like, oh no, this ain't gonna happen. We're not gonna do this.
Right, you wouldn't have it.
Couldn't let it go. Couldn't let it burn, girl. And it turned out to be a good thing for me. I learned a lot of things. I learned what I need from a relationship.
Right.
I learned how to catch them red flags now. Before we even get to the point where I have to let it burn, I'm already catching those red flags. So for me, even though I was acting a fool at the time.
Wait, what? What you was doing?
Girl, I was acting crazy. I was trying to hold on to him any way I could. I'm talking about calling him, saying I was sick, I didn't feel good, I need him to come home immediately. Girl, one time I even called his job because I felt like he lied to me. Told the people I had. Listen, I had told people, yeah, my daughter was on a field trip and she left something on the bus. Yeah, she told me it was bus number such and such. And they was like, well, let's call him. Oh, he said he didn't even work that day. I was like, boom. What was you at? Even though he had, at that point, had already told me it was over, it was done with, I couldn't let it go.
Oh, you an investigator.
Oh, I mean, baby, you told me I investigate. Girl, I will. That's a whole nother subject. Ladies, you need tips on how to investigate and find out, holler at your girl. But, because that's what I did. You understand? You ain't gonna play me. That's the big thing. Feeling played, feeling disrespected.
Yes.
Feeling like you put in a lot of work and had somebody back and then they break your heart. That's at the point when our relationship really got unhealthy. Because I felt like, no, you playing around, you playing with my feelings. 18 years invested, you ain't finna go nowhere, I ain't finna go nowhere. I was making his life a living hell, people. But later on, when I finally was able to let him go and let him be and let him go out there and see what else was out there for him, I was able to sit back and say, you know what, Kenya, you weren't even happy. You wasn't happy, girl.
Yeah.
Go on out here and see what else they got, just like him. And later on, we came together and we laughed about some of the stuff I did, you know, and even hearing him say, you know, what he needed, I understood it then. You know, we had a good sex life. We was best friends, but everything was routine. There was no flirtiness. You know what I'm saying? We didn't cuddle and stuff like that. I just now found out I like to cuddle.
Yeah, you need that. Men and women, they may not say it, but you need that affection. You want your significant other to let you know that that's my baby, that's mine. Hey, come here, when y'all in the bed, you want him to scoot over and pull you in. Yeah, and he wants you to reach over
without it being sexual.
Exactly.
Right, and that's what intimacy is, people. I didn't understand. See, my narrow-minded behind back then thought that when he kept saying he was missing something, I had all the follow-up questions. Well, is it me? Am I too thick? Am I this? Am I that? He was like, no, it's just not marriage to me. You feel like just my friend, my roommate. I'm like, but you don't fuck your roommate. You know what I'm saying? He was like, that's different. I find you very attractive. Right. You know, but it's something missing. Now I understand what intimacy is.
The beginner puppy love is what it's saying.
Puppy love. But see, that puppy love feeling still gotta last throughout the whole relationship. Yeah. You, like I told you gotta look at your person from across the room and be like, damn, that's me.
That belongs to
That's mine over there. And and I actually did not look at him in that way during our marriage. Not saying I didn't feel that way, but I never paid attention. I was so worried about the surface stuff, like what a wife's supposed to do, what a husband's supposed to do, those surface things, checking out those boxes. Right. Do we have a house? Are the kids doing good in school? Is the house clean? Am I feeding him every day like he wants? That stuff, but you're not looking at each other as individuals.
Right.
and what that person really needs. And when you're not getting that in a relationship and it's constant and you can't never get that through to your partner, it might be time to walk away and let it burn. There's so many reasons to let it burn. That, you know, it don't just have to be, they beating your ass or physical stuff.
Right.
That's definitely a reason to walk away. But even if it's just not feeling loved and appreciated, sometimes you gotta walk away and let it burn.
Yep, and you know what? That's how I was, like, marking, checking boxes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we would sit down and we would, we'll have handshake, have arguments, this and the other. And, we would come together and, express ourselves. And I remember in one instance, he brought up how his mother would always have a meal, always have a hot meal, regardless of what it is. They always came home to a hot meal. Mm-hmm. I took that and I made sure there was a meal, a hot meal, breakfast, lunch, dinner. When you come home on your break, you had hot food. But even still, some nights I would make these like crazy meals, but you don't even come home till hours later. Right. But I'm here doing this because this is what you said you wanted. This is something that you said wasn't happening. But I'm doing that, and you're not appreciating it. One-sided.
One-sided relationships don't work. And if you can't relate it to your partner and you're constantly telling them you need something from them and it just seems like they cannot give it to you, that is definitely a red flag. And it's definitely something, forget about how long y'all been together, forget about the future plans, forget about the good sex. It is time to walk away because you still gonna be miserable. You still gonna be longing for something and never get it.
Right.
So you gotta walk away. And that's why I respected him later on, because he, with tears in his eyes, told me we had to break up.
Right.
And I was like, if you crying that like that, you really don't want to or something. Mm-hmm. But what it was is he loved me and he cared for me. He knew he was hurting me. But at the same time, if he stayed, he would have been hurting himself.
Right.
So at that point, he had to put himself first and his happiness first. And later on, I was able to understand that and respect him for that. And I learned a lot from that because now I'm that way. If I need something from you, I'm going to tell you straight up, listen, man.
And not deal with anything that I don't have to.
Yeah.
Like, quick. Look, this is what I want. You're not doing it, so hey.
But sometimes as a Virgo, I give benefit of the doubt a lot. I give a lot of chances.
Too many chances. I don't do that. I'm an Aquarius, y'all. You get one chance.
Yeah. It takes me a minute before I truly cut somebody off.
Especially now.
Especially if I love them.
Girl. But then again, relationships that you need to let it burn don't even have to just be love relationships.
Not really,
Friendships, family.
True.
Those you have to let burn too.
You do. Girl, you already know.
I struck a nerve.
You struck a nerve. You struck a nerve. Listen. My family members, I love them all.
Right.
But one in particular, I do not speak to anymore. When they should be in my life, because we was just that close. Mm-hmm. But after I lost somebody really dear to me, and I talked to this family member after that, keep in mind they did not come to the funeral, but after I spoke to them, for the first time after that, they didn't even ask me how I was doing, how my kids was doing, if I needed anything. Knowing I had lost a significant male person in my life, they're male, and that's a role that you can help me with, like things I would call you for, I could probably call you for, to fix stuff, or talk to these boys or whatever. You didn't even ask me how I was doing. You called me up and was telling me all your problems, and I'm talking about I'm talking about maybe a month. It haven't even been a year since this person been gone at this point. So back then it was still fresh, it was still new, I was still grieving, but you called me talking about your problems, which were minor.
Selfish.
Never once.
Selfish.
And I knew that day, when I would listen to him talk, I knew that day when I hung up that phone, that was going to be the last time I picked up a call from him, returned a text message. I love you. I'm going to ask everybody else, is he okay? Is he still alive? But other than that, we ain't got nothing else to discuss.
And
You gone.
That's how it go. Family, you know, that one person who call you, hey, what you doing? From that point on, it's strictly about their situation, their life, what they got going on. Never once do they decide to ask you, how you doing? What's new with you? That's somebody you gotta let burn. That's somebody you gotta keep at an arm's length reach. You know, that's it ain't no more chilling outside, you know, at the family barbecues and shooting shit and all that crap. You gotta let them go. You gotta let them go.
You gotta let it burn.
Because they're not here for you. They're not here for you. They're here for them.
They here to gain whatever they can from you.
And don't let you be doing something, you know, successful in your life or trying to build something. All it is negativity. You got you a new whip. They hit you with that. Must be nice. Oh, you got you a new little car. They're little. As soon as they hit you with that, that little, they hating. Let it go. Don't tell them nothing you got going on no more because they don't care. Well, they hating.
And especially if they always that way, every time they come around, hitting you with that negative energy, it's definitely time to let that relationship burn.
And you feel it. I'm prone to vibes. As soon as I'm around you, I check your vibe, your aura. It's the minute I feel it's off, that's it. We don't have nothing. We don't have nothing to talk about. I'm gonna stay away from you because you're not gonna bring my energy down. Friendships
too. I know you like being around a person and you like hanging out with them and going places with them, but if you notice that you're always the one in that relationship showing up when it's time to really show up, then that might be a relationship you might have to let burn.
Girl,
don't care how fun it is.
Friendships. I don't do friendships no more. I don't do it no more. I'm gonna say
she ain't got no friends,
I'm
y'all.
gonna say it straight out. I don't do friendships
But me,
no more.
that's it.
I barely do family. I barely do relationships, period. First of all, I don't trust nobody.
Yeah.
Everybody has a motive. And
ooh, girl, that's a whole nother subject because that ain't good.
To me, everybody is.
It ain't good walking around thinking everybody got a motive. I'm just saying.
Well, to me, that is. I don't know. I'm at this point where I've been through a lot, dealt with a lot. So I look at everybody like, what you want?
What you want from me?
What you really talking to me for?
Why are you?
I don't do friends.
I feel you.
When I was younger, you know, in my club days, I had a little crowd that I ran with. No more. When I decided to grow up and leave the club scene behind, start my family, I wanted to have my babies early. And I did have my first one at 21. I want no little tramp out here, y'all. Ooh. I'm not implying that you were, a tramp if you
had one before the age of 21. But that's not what she's saying.
That's not what I'm saying. You might have been a little fast, but that's okay. It happens. But anyway, back to the
check
point.
the disclaimer. It's in the description. Back
to the point at hand. I decided to start my family, have my baby and whatever. And, I'm trying to grow, and elevate. But my homies, just wanted to stay. Normally you would think your best friend is the one who gives your baby showers, right?
Probably, yeah.
Or the one closest to you at that point. You will look at them to be there to support you.
Or help with the baby shower.
Right, and this milestone, this, great event, this great moment in your life. Childbirth is amazing. It's a blessing. First baby shower. You know what my best friend told me? I called her, hey, such and such, she had to invite this and that. She couldn't come because she was on her cycle and her stomach was hurting.
So
from that point, Jenny J don't do friends. What's up? That's it. That's it.
You can't. That's the problem. When somebody you in an unhealthy relationship with somebody and you let it burn, your future relationships unfortunately suffer from that.
You're absolutely right. That's why I say now I look at everybody like, how long you gonna be here?
Right? You don't try to get too close because you know eventually they're gonna be burning off.
I do not get close. I really don't. I am so private.
That is
so closed off. Nobody will never know everything that I'm thinking because I feel like you're gonna use it against me in some way.
Girl, that's a topic for a whole nother day right there. Because I see that is not good. That's not good.
It's not good.
So she's the person that has let an unhealthy relationship really affect her future relationship.
A few unhealthy relationships.
Mm.
A few unhealthy relationships, and I'm at the point where you are cool.
Yeah, I can understand that. Mine has definitely affected, not my friendships, but like relationships with men have definitely been affected. Because I'm constantly questioning if they really care, or they really. Basically cheating is my biggest issue. Like, I think everybody's sneaking around, but hey,
in some way they might be.
They might be something going on, girl. But I'm just saying, that's another thing for another day. That's a whole other topic that I can really talk about.
Yeah.
But basically, any relationship that you are feeling has not been beneficial to you, and I'm not talking about material things. I'm talking about your emotional state. If it's not helping you, and you can say goodbye to that person without feeling a loss, let it burn. You know what I'm saying? Let it go. Because there's plenty of people that I can stop talking to that's always coming around. All they want to do is call me with mess, talking about somebody else. I stopped picking up those phone calls because that's not my energy. That's not my vibe. So, and I feel no loss not talking to them no more. I feel nothing.
I hang up the phone quick.
I don't talk to them anymore, and it has not affected me in any type of way, except made my vibes a little better. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. I don't need them around me. I feel like even bringing them back in my circle might bring me down. You know what I'm saying? As long as I know they're alive and they're getting cool. Bye.
Mm-hmm. Lovers, friends, family, they all can hurt you, they hate, mess over you, have you looking at them sideways. Trust is gone, and you just gotta let it burn.
Let it burn.
Let it burn. Let it burn. Once they paint you a picture, don't let them paint you another one.
That's true.
Kevin Gates.
Well, if you saw this show today and you feel like that you can relate, or we touched on something that really touched you, or we didn't touch on something that didn't, please leave comments at the bottom and we'll address them.
Mm-hmm. And
go ahead.
Every episode we decided to take a moment to shout out a black-owned business, some black entrepreneur that's doing their thug thizzle out there in these streets. That sounded so ghetto. But we decided today's Black Business Spotlight is going out to the one and only Love of the Money. This is a hoodie that was created by the owner himself. His name is Edwin. He's from Brooklyn, New York.
Hey, Edwin.
Shout out to Brooklyn. Woo!
So, girl, do they have big girl sizes? Because I like that sweater.
I'm sure they do.
They got big girl sizes.
I'm sure they do. But like I said, he's an up-and-coming entrepreneur. Look out for him. He's coming out. Instagram, Love of the Money. Check him out.
That's it. Love of the Money. So, guys, this has been our first episode of Stipations. We're still working things out, but please support us. Click on it, watch it, subscribe, like, comment, whatever. I'm Lady K.
I'm Jenny J. And if you interested in learning how to make the Up and Flame, the description will be in the comments below. So stay tuned, y'all. We coming hard and fast.
Oh, that is all right. Bye, y'all.